So you've been shedding all of the effects and the things that you have been carrying from all of the damages, the rejection, the betrayals from the past, involving all of the people that you expected to care and love for you. And my name is Dominica Divinely, God's favorite light worker, the golden healer, the messenger, and your down-to-earth high priestess. So being a fine divine, a chosen, you likely have taken a whole lot of abuse while trying to be there for everyone. Aside of all of the abuse that had brought the damages and the betrayals, and even your very own bad decision making, and all of the damages and everything that had came with all that you have endured, you're also human, so you feel as well. You feel intensely, and you have reached limits that have put you in dark places. But because you're an empath, an earth angel, an alien as to being foreign to the other walking mindset of the world that works like one and the same, a way that is not as genuine and pure-hearted like yours. And a lot of people may not know, or they may mistake the two differences between a pure heart and a good heart, and may sometimes think that when chosen's reactions may be unrecognizable, that they most certainly must not be a real chosen. But a pure heart is when you're not naturally malice. A pure heart never plans or intends to initially cause any harm to anyone, and does not find non-probable causes in others to actually have a reason to do so just based on influences or on how low they must feel about themselves. A pure heart is usually genuine and sincere when dealing with others, and a pure heart does not hate without any reason, and usually get over any feelings of hate, any ill emotions, or the hurt that is felt given by someone else. A pure heart is usually quicker to forgive. A pure heart usually understands, but that does not mean that a pure heart is supposed to sit there and to take all the abuse. That does not mean a pure heart is supposed to endure all the conflict and all of the abuse that come their way and cannot set boundaries and cannot say no. A pure heart still have to set their boundaries because of just that fact that they are a pure heart, and those who aren't a pure heart have plenty of boundaries and will cross yours as well. But a good heart has the notion to actually pick and choose when and who to be good and sincere to, unlike the pure heart. A good heart can more likely control their natural sincerity and genuine like qualities because they are actually just a good heart. And a pure heart cannot control their natural impulses and natural instincts to actually be there and pure-hearted for those who are in need. It is easier for a good heart to actually say no and to judge others, but it is not as easy for a pure heart to say no, and pure hearts usually do not judge people as quickly as good-hearted people or as other people do so. However, a lot of people do not realize that a pure heart can get angry, can get mad, and that anger and that mad can overpower and overthrow the goodness that they put out there. Because of the intensity and the level and the sincerity of the love and care that a pure-hearted gives, if they get angry, that anger is likely to match how good they can be, if not more, because of the emotions behind the anger can probably cause more force and more power than the emotion that is behind when they are giving and being good and loving because of the trigger. I say all that to say this, my fine divine collective. You have collected and racked up on so many damages and so much heartache and so much betrayal already that although you've carried a pure heart, you've also carried an angry heart. You are still giving and loving with an angry heart because you still also have a pure heart. So over the years and throughout time, every time someone will come and give you unfair treatment and add more damages to you, the more a demon of anger grew inside of you as well. And for a lot of you, this angry-based demon has been growing inside of you for all of your life. And it only adds to that growing demon every time something traumatic and damaging has happened to you, and it affects your mind, body, soul, and spirit. Maybe you've been a victim of abandonment, lies, rejection, deceit, neglect, poverty. Maybe you've been a victim of hatred and abuse. For a lot of you, all the above. You've been a victim of all of these things that have really taken a toll on your mental health, while also trying to carry the weight of not only trying to stay strong for yourself, but also trying to stay strong for all those that you were there for. You were there for people when no one was there for you. You were there for people when it was never reciprocated. You was there for people when it was not appreciated. You were there for people that did not care for you. You were really there for anybody that you could be there for when no one was ever there for you. So throughout all of those times when you were being damaged, when people were being careless with you and did not appreciate you and were damaging you and were hurting you and were just adding fuel to the fire, this angry based demon was growing more and more inside of you. Every time something would take you back to a traumatic trigger, this demon would get fed, especially when you get disappointed, especially when you get rejected. And this angry demon that was built up inside of you became so strong that not even the toughest of people can actually go against or stand your wrath. And the thing is, this beast only comes out of you when you are so angry, and a lot of people do not even see it coming because it is so great and so big. They don't even know that when they make you angry because of the love that you have given them, that they have made a huge mistake. And it's like when you're not angry, you are so sweet, timid, and kind. You would never even think that this beast could come up out of someone like you until you get angry. And I would bet that you probably even stand on principles because of all of the things that you have been through and all of the letdowns that you have gone through. You really stand on principles at the end of the day. It is really easy to not make you upset because you would not do the things that those people do to you, to them. At the end of the day, all you need is someone who is fair, being the main thing, as well as someone who cares enough as you do. But here lately, you know that in order to get to that place of peace that you want to be at within inside of yourself, that you have to get rid of that big bad demon inside of you that has already grown so mad and big over the years. You know that you cannot go into another chapter with such a heavy bag on you. You've realized that all of the positive love, light, and consideration that you have put out there, and you still seem to constantly get negative results, that it only has to come from some type of internal work that you need to do on yourself, that you need to turn this negative into a positive and get that big bad angry mad demon up out of you so that you can actually produce more positive results and not show the side of you that actually kills the positive results that could be actually trying to locate you as well. So realizing that you have come to a point that requires you to actually shift all of the negative energy that has always swarmed inside of you for so many years, you realize that because this negative energy is so strong, you have to actually remain and stay strong enough to actually be able to boot out this negative energy, to be able to replace it with this positive energy that needs to come into your life to be able to produce the peace, love, and the right person and people that you need. Because you know that this giant age negative energy has already ran its course in your life and it's time for it to go. It's hard, but you know it needs to be done. So you're purging, you're looking for ways to cleanse, you're studying, you're reading, you're praying, you're saying your affirmations. And although you may have your weak moments and or you keep cycling around in the same test that keeps coming back around that seems to be too hard for you, regardless of how many times you keep making the same mistake or how many times you keep coming back to the same lesson with or without the same involvement or person or people, just know that as long as you have become aware to what is going on and the fact that you are trying to adjust it and fix it means that you are doing what you are supposed to do. You're on the right track. Anytime you're doing your healing work and you are trying to elevate, you are on the right track and the divine is supporting it. You are to continue to work on yourself. Keep saying your affirmations. Keep resisting those old impulses. Keep practicing self-control. Keep practicing patience. Keep practicing all that you need to do and all that you are doing to shift your internal energy into where you need it and how you need it to be. You got this. Push that big old demon out with resistance and positivity until you don't have to push and force it out anymore. And stay humble because that is what helps you get through it all. Keep your head up and your confidence high. You know I'm always proud of you, my Fine Divine Collective. And you know I always believe in you all, my true Fine Divine and chosen ones. You all have no choice but to overcome these things. So I got you all's back. I'm here to support you. And like I said, I am proud of you all and I believe in you all. So you all just keep doing what you are doing and keep moving forward. And I know that you will cross over into the side that you have been waiting on all of this time, that you have been working into, okay? And this is just for confirmational purposes only. Y'all be knowing.